Hey there, I had to run and get something off the printer. How are you this evening? My name is Patience, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Arkansas, and I run a small business called notesfrompatience.com. And welcome to another live video today. Today is Thursday, June the 12th, and it is 7 p.m. Central Time. That's what time it is where I'm located. So, I come live. I try to come live every Thursday. This is something that I've started to be consistent with, and hopefully I can continue. However, I leave tomorrow. Cruz and I are going on a little camping trip tomorrow to Jekyll Island, Georgia, so I will not be here next Thursday. So, maybe the next Thursday. We'll see, next Thursday, today is the 12th, next Thursday's the 19th, and I don't know what the next Thursday is. But anyway, tonight, before we get started, I wanted to tell you about a special that we are having. It's called the Sweet Sale, and I touched on it a little bit last week. But if you go to my website, there will be a heading up there, and it will tell you about, you click on that, it'll tell you all about the Sweet Sale. And it is buy one, get one for the lesser cost, half price. It's a BOGO sale, buy one, get one. And if you have any questions, holler at me, I will help you out. Also, I have a birthday card club. I've been sending birthday cards out consistently monthly for 2 to 3 years, and there is a link to sign up, but you have to go and look for it. Sometimes I send it out in an email. Are you on my email list? If not, join my email list. I would love to keep you updated. At the bottom of my notesfrompatience.com, bottom left hand corner, there's a search bar, and if you type in birthday card club, it will bring up a post from June of 2023. And that's when I last talked about the birthday card club. That's where my sign up is. Not the last time I've talked about it, but that's where my sign up is. And you can sign up there, and I will send you a birthday card. And along with that, you'll get a coupon for 20% off of an entire order during the month of your birthday. So that's a pretty good deal, 20% off. So let me see, anything else on my list? I think that's it. I want to get down to my craft table and show you the card we're going to work on tonight. So get ready. I hope you don't get dizzy. Let me see if I can get this down. Here we go. That way you're not looking out the window. Okay, while you are looking at this cute little popcorn card, let me see if I can find you on my desktop here. So, I hope I'm live in the right place. How about that? Yes, I am. Here we go. Let me turn that on. Okay. So this card is called a waterfall card, and you pull this, and all these little panels flip up. And this is from the new popcorn card, and I don't know what it's called because I actually don't have it. I made this card at a technique class, and my technique club met last Friday, and so I made this card. So, but what I have put together is another card, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So let me show you the supplies you will need. First of all, you're going to want a piece of cardstock. Now, this is whatever color you want. I went with white. And it's 2 1/4 by 9 inches, and there will be a hole punch right here at the top. And then you start from the bottom and put this into your score, printer, good Lord, I can't even talk tonight, into your trimmer, and you'll score it at 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and 4. And then you will need some shapes. I am using these square stitched shapes that are from Stylish Shapes. And this is the shape that is 2 3/4 inches. So I've got some of those. You're going to want a card base. I've got Coastal Cabana card base. And then pretty paper. This is a card base that I'm going to put on there. And it's 4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and put that on here. And I'm looking for my seal. And I don't see it. Here it is. Over on the other table. And by the way, if you hear some noise, that is Cruz. He's under my table tonight. He had training today. He did very well with his training. Okay, so doesn't that just look so pretty right there? I love that. So then another piece that you're going to want that helps you with the integrity of the card is a 1x4. Okay, 1x4, and then we're also going to put some pretty paper on the top of that, which is 1x4. So let me do that. And the paper I'm using is from the Turtley Cute suite of papers. Okay, so got that on there, and this is a 1x4. That way, this helps you with the integrity of the card. Right here on this one, we have a red piece. This is actually attached right there, and this piece goes underneath it. So we're going to attach this on both sides, but not yet. So first of all, I want to decorate our 2 3/4 inch. We're going to stamp. We're not going to decorate. We're going to stamp. And I am using Pattern of Friendship stamp set and Choose Happy. Choose Happy has started to become one of my favorite stamp sets. So let me make sure I got this table set up right. See if I can get this down here so you can see. Here we go. All right, so I have one off camera that I've made that I really like. So I'm going to try to duplicate that one. So I've got Coastal Cabana ink. And this stamp says Bestie. So I'm going to stamp in Coastal Cabana, Bestie, Bestie, Bestie. Okay. And my next one is going to be in Strawberry Slush. And it is going to say, thanks for being the best. The first one was Bestie, Bestie, Bestie. Now this one is going to say, thanks for being the best. And then I'm also going to get my Memento Black. And I'm going to put, oh, I forgot the image on the front panel, but I'll get that back. I'm going to put a flower. Get that hair off camera here. Here we go. Okay, and then I want to take my Stampin' Right markers. We're going to color that flower. Let me get Bestie, Bestie, Bestie back. And I'm going to use Crushed Curry. And we're going to put a sun image on that. I totally forgot to put that on there. So here's the sun. And we're going to take our Stampin' Right marker, Crushed Curry. And we're going to color in the circle of the sun. Now you can do this with any marker. You can do it with your blends. I just chose the Stampin' Right marker because I like that bold color. So that's our first one. Our second one, I am using Petal Pink. I'm going to use the fatter end. It goes quicker. And then for the leaf, I'm going to be using a Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to keep that Crushed Curry for the center. Here we go. Granny Apple Green for the leaves. Now, when I first originally did this, I did garden green, and I felt like it was too dark. So let me get the center crushed curry. There we go. So that is our second panel. All right. So we've got our first one, Bestie Bestie, and then our second one. And then our third one is going to be where I need a scrap piece of paper. Let me get me a scrap here. It's really not a scrap, but I'll use it. And I'm going to use Coastal Cabana. And we are going to fussy cut this because all we're wanting is joy and laughter. So let me get the scissors and let's cut this out. So I want the joy and laughter. And I'm actually loving this bold print or bold font from the Pattern of Friendship stamp set. So let's throw this away. And I'm going to cut that right there because we're going to stack this. And let me get another panel. And I'm going to use Strawberry Slush with our heart. So joy and laughter is going on this. And let me get the glue. Now, if you're not a good with your glue, like sometimes I'm not. But tonight I think I can do what we need without being messy. Okay, take my joy and laughter. We're going to put this right here. I don't want to pop it up because this is going to be in the panel in the waterfall, and it would bulk it up if we popped it up. So joy and laughter. And that's really all we're going to put on that particular panel. Put that over there to dry. And then our next one is another fussy cut with Strawberry Slush. And if you notice, I'm using the colors that are in the paper. We have Strawberry Slush. This is actually Darling Duckling, I believe. But I just love how Crushed Curry and Daffodil are brighter than that. And so I really wanted to bring that. And then Coastal Cabana. So, okay, so Strawberry Slush is in there. We're going to cut this one up also. And I believe I have to stamp this twice. Because, see, this sentiment is wider than our panel. So that's the back. Here we go. So we're going to cut this. And we are going to cut it to say, this particular sentiment says, friends are the family you choose for yourself. Isn't that the truth? Absolutely. And so I'm going to cut this. And then we're actually going to cut that in half also. And when I fussy cut, I move my paper. I don't actually move the scissors. So, and this is going to be laid flat too. And it's white on white, so it will look good. There won't be any sharp edges or anything that people will notice. Okay, so that's too big to go on here. So we're going to separate family from this. We're going to glue that down. I should have my take your pick tool around here to make this easier to pick up. But it's hiding. You know how that happens. Friends are the... I'm going to round this edge. And this is family. Friends are the family. And let's see, I guess I can use this. I didn't use it last night when I was making this other one. So I had to stamp it twice. So let's see if I can cut that good enough. And there's a little bit of ink up there above the O. So if I can cut that off. And this is fussy cutting, remember. I think someone's texting me. They don't know that I'm live. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now, let's put some glue on the back of this one. And here's the other. Now, once you put this waterfall card together, it will all make sense, all the different sentiments. Okay, so I'll put that over here. And then we have, I believe, one more, and it's cute. I really like it. We're going to use the Coastal Cabana ink and another image from, actually, it's a letter from, it's not a letter, it's a sentiment. It's a sentiment from the Choose Happy, and it says happy. So I'm going to choose, and I like this. I put this on the outside of my envelope because it's happy mail when you send it. Oops, let me see if I can stamp that back on there. If not, have another one at the ready. Oh, I did that. Good job, good job. Okay, and then I want to get my black out, and we're going to put a little bumblebee on there. And this bumblebee is also in Choose Happy. We're going to put this, see if we can get some ink right here. And I'm going to take my, this is actually daffodil. And we're going to fill this in. And then I'm going to use my Pool Party. Okay, somebody keeps texting me. I'm sorry. Let's see. I can't find this person either. So what did everyone do today? I would love to know. Besides, watch it rain. I'm tired of the rain, but it's okay. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. Okay, so this is Pool Party, and I believe it is, yes. I got Pool Party because I wanted it just a little bit lighter than the Coastal Cabana. So isn't that one cute? Love it, love it. Okay, so now for our mechanism, I've already scored it, but I'm actually going to poke a hole with the hole punch that comes in the trio hole punches that are not available yet. I have my email on there to make sure I notify everybody when they're available again. They are fabulous, fabulous to use. I don't want to go all the way up there. I do want to try to center it. Okay, now this is the way our mechanism's going on the card, but I'm actually going to stamp on this too. And I'm going to stamp it in Strawberry Slush. And it's going to say, thinking of you. Brings a smile to my face. And then on the inside of our card, I've got a 4 by 5 1/4. I want to stamp my sentiment and another bee. I really like the bee. I like the way that looks. So I'm going to put the bee right there. And I'm going to put the bee down here. And then I also have some leftover turtle paper, the 4 by 1. We'll put this down at the bottom, and we're going to stamp Happy Birthday. That's also in the pattern of friendship, and it's a bold birthday font. And then let's color this B right quick, and we will be done with that. I'll put that on the inside of the card, and then we will put this waterfall card together. Now, there are many stamp sets that you can put together to make a waterfall. This is just what I came up with, and it makes me happy because I'm always sending out birthday cards. And, yeah, I made a birthday card. So, let's put this on the inside of our card. Okay, so this is what our card looks like. So, this is our pull mechanism. I've got everything stamped, so let me put away my inks. Get those out from around me, because I am prone to get that ink. Okay, so, pack your bags. Package of twine. It's a 3-pack of twine. This is the strawberry slush twine. So I am going to put that in our little hole down here. And this is for the pull of the mechanism. If I can get this, let me get it through this little hole. Here we go. And we're just going to loop that around. I don't know what that is called, but this is what we're doing. And then we're going to put that on for our card. Now, when we put this on here, I want this to be in the center here. So let me find the piece that I decorated. What did I do with it? Here it is. Here's the piece that we decorated. This is a 1x4 white with the 1x4 Turtley Cute paper. And I'm wanting to put that somewhere in here. But how I'm going to figure that out is I take my last fold, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this here, put this down, and I want this to be even. I want this to be even down at the bottom. Okay. So this is going to be adhered to this. So I want to put it all the way up there so I'll have a big area that's adhered to this. So before we put this down, I'm going to use glue. I like the green glue. Even though I have to hold it, to let it set up, I'm going to use this green glue. All right, so we're going to set this down. Let's make sure we've got this all straightened up. And we're not making a mess. There we go. So now you could use seal if you want to. I kind of made a mess here, but I will fix that. But I wanted to use the green glue because it does set up really quickly. So before we put any panels on, we have to adhere this to our card. Now we don't want to adhere this because the bottom of our mechanism has to freely move. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to put a circle of glue right here. Okay, just a circle of glue. I'm going to kind of get it dry. I see a couple of people watching. Thank you for joining me tonight. All right, so now I'm going to hold this flat. I'm going to put this down at the bottom, and I'm going to center this. And so these two, this is where I stuck it with the glue, and our mechanism will pull freely. Okay, and that will make all our panels that we used flip up. So that's the waterfall. All right, and so now where you scored it, starting at 2 inches from the bottom, so it's 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and 4. You are going to want to start with the bottom panel first. And the bottom panel that I wanted it to be is happy, happy, happy. And I'm actually still using the green glue. So you're going to center this, and then you're going to put it right below the score line. Okay? And that will set up. And same thing, you just build your waterfall. I'm going to go ahead and put my glue up here so that my glue will start getting tacky. There we go. And so my next one is the friends or the family. You choose for yourself. Now, you lay that right below the score line, and while you're doing that, lay it even with your bottom panel. Okay, and then my next one is going to be joy and laughter. Right below the score line there. And then the next one is thank you for being the best. And then our first panel that you see is bestie, bestie, bestie. Let me make sure I put that back down there. Now, since I did use green glue, you are going to want to give it some time to set up. And then you'll put this one at the very top. And then make sure it's even here. I've got some things peeking out. Now, let me show you the popcorn card again. It says, hello, Pop. No one's better than you. Enjoy. This is such a cute card. I do not have that stamp set, though, so I couldn't recreate that. So let me make sure that is set up pretty good. Let me come out just a minute. Okay, and so here's our waterfall card. And then you have this sentiment, thinking of you brings a smile to my face. And then the inside, happy birthday. So that is my waterfall card. Now this is the very first one I made. It's okay. It has the same things, but I didn't like the way I colored it, and I kind of got it crooked. But it's bestie, bestie. And then I just put the best on there and colored that with garden green. And here I used Granny Apple. So I think Granny Apple showed up better. And then I put more hearts, and I didn't like that. I thought less was more. But yeah, I just love the bees. Oh, I didn't put a bee on here. But you could put a bee down here too. I love the bees. Aren't they just cute? And on the ones on the inside, I love the bee. And then I will probably put it on the envelope as well. And so that is our waterfall card tonight. And that is all I've got to show you tonight. I like to do my Facebook Live. I want it to be, oh, I'm hot. I want it to be short and simple and easy to understand. And I would love for you to like and follow me, follow my Facebook page, as well as my YouTube. I will be downloading this to YouTube. I've got some new videos on there. I've got some shorts on there that are 1 minute and 30 seconds. They're reels without music. I'm not sure how to put music to those on YouTube yet. Hopefully I'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you for joining me. My name is Patience, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Arkansas. Thank you, and have a great weekend.